When I was in high school, I was under very much pressure to score well in the class. I never faced any challenge in my studies, but this time I was under a lot of stress. Anyway, so that was a hard time for me. Suddenly, I went from the girl who was always a top scorer to the girl who barely managed to pass the exams. I had a boyfriend back then. When our results came out, he was highly annoyed with my score. We discussed my score the same evening over the phone. Although this was a blow to me, I tried to convince him that I'll score better the next time. But he didn't listen and dropped the call. This made me sicker. At the time when I needed support and care from him, I was the one who was trying to make him comfortable. But I couldn't, and he seemed to be pissed too much from my marks. This went on for some time. We didn't talk to each other post that call. We went busy with our lives. Some days passed by. One day he told me to catch up. I was also eager to meet him as we have not been in contact for a while. I didn't know what was coming next. He came in before I can say anything. He said, "It's over." I was in disbelief and said, "What?" He then abused me and said that there's nothing good left in me. I'm not the pretty girl I used to be, and the only thing which was keeping us together was my grades. But now as I've bad grades, he is quitting. I try to explain that I was having a hard time, but he didn't listen. And then he said something which I'll never forget. He said, "If you are shining, nobody bothers what's burning inside." That was the end. I was broken. I was depressed. I cried whenever I was alone. I lost faith in myself and almost gave up when I realized what my dream was. I was not ready to give up without a fight. Not so easily. I started studying hard. I had only one goal in life now, to be a top performer and show him what I'm capable of. Finally, high school results came out. When I checked the result, I could not be happier. I was, once again, a top performer. I cried once again, this time with happiness. By evening all my friends started calling to ask about my result. My ex too called me up to ask about my result. I too asked his percentage. This time it was he who was on the lower side of grades. When I inquired about why is that he is not able to score well being a bright student, he said, "My girlfriend broke up with me just 2 months before the exam. I was so depressed that I couldn't study well. I felt bad for him." Then he said that he was a fool to leave me and apologized. I told him I had already forgiven him long back. He then wanted to have a fresh start. I refused politely as it was hard for me to feel that pain again. He kept on insisting that he is having a hard time and needed someone. He promised that he'll always care for me from now on. So, finally, I told him to do well in his studies, then I can consider him. In disbelief, he said that I was never like this, and what changed my attitude? My answer was yes, I wasn't. Until someone told me, if you are shining, nobody bothers what's burning inside. Moral of the story: don't love someone on a condition. People have hard times and good times. Maybe they cannot bring the best out of themselves sometimes. This is the time when they need love and support from you. Support them at those times. Cutting off is the worst thing to do at such a time. This beautiful story of karma tells us, what goes around comes back around always.